Good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning. Are you ready for some medicine? Today's prescription comes from Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 5. And the medicine reads, "The evil do not understand justice, but those who seek the Lord understand everything." The evil, they don't understand justice, but those who seek the Lord understand everything. In other words, those who seek the Lord have a different understanding. Those who seek the Lord have a different understanding. As I was pondering on, let me just open up with a thought for us today, for us to meditate on. Are you seeking the Lord? No, 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 no. Are you seeking the Lord? And I ask that. Well, matter of fact, I emphasize that because you can be looking, but that don't mean you seeking. Let me repeat that. You could be looking, but that doesn't mean you're seeking. I remember when we were kids, I had lost something in the house, and I was looking all over the house, and I asked one of my brothers to help me look for it, and they said they'll help me look for it. And as I'm looking, I'm seeking hard. I'm seeking, and then as I come across them, I see them just looking, or they really wasn't. I asked for them to seek. They were just looking. They'll lift up a couple things here and there. I see them doing something else, and I have to get on them. I say, "Hey, I thought you were supposed to be helping me." And they say, "Oh, my bad." And I use that analogy because they were just looking, but they weren't seeking. And oftentimes, the reason is because they had no attachment to that thing. Man, somebody better hear that this morning. See, I was out there seeking because I had an attachment to what was lost. I had an attachment. I had a relationship with the very thing. But them, my brother was was just casually looking because it wasn't anything to him. What do I use that analogy for? If you didn't catch it, let me break it down even more. The Bible says those who seek the Lord understand everything. What's the difference with me seeking rather than looking? When you seek the Lord, it's because you have an attachment, a relationship with him. I'm not I'm not going anywhere until I find it. I'm not leaving your place. But when you're just looking, you'll find yourself distracted. You'll find yourself not giving your all, easily deterred, easily moved because there's no connection. And sometimes in itself, the very situations that we seek understanding for or we want understanding for can be the very thing the enemy uses to disconnect us from him. That's why we stop seeking. We no longer are connected because the situation has allowed, we have allowed it to have more power than it should have. I'm too busy connected to other things instead of being connected to him. I'm saying, are you seeking him? Or are you just looking? Because when I seek, he's the only one that can solve my problem. When I seek, I don't care what everybody else is doing. No, 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 no. As far as me and my house, now, we gonna serve the Lord. I'm not going any other place. I look, I know I got it. It don't seem like he listening, but I'm not moving because I'm connected to him. I have a relationship with him. And I come to see in my life that he's the only one. He's the only one. That's why I seek after him. It's a different type of move. It's a different type of way of going at it. And that's why I want us to focus on for our morning medicine this morning. Are you seeking him? Or are you just looking? Is it that easy to get you up out of your game? Is that easy to get you up out of your character? Your emotions now are running you like that, where you don't even have time anymore to seek after him, as you don't start dibbling dabbling and all these other things. When I came around the corner, I looked in the room, I saw my brother, he was doing all types of other stuff. And I'm saying, is that with us when it comes to God? This situation or whatever it is that's before us. Am I now engaged and indulged in all these other things and I no longer seek him? Yeah, but I still look. I'm still looking. But you're not seeking. And you're wondering why you're not gaining understanding. What are you seeking? The goal of the enemy, let me remind y'all this morning, the goal of the enemy is to have us stop seeking him and be content with just looking. Why would he want God's presence in your situation? Why would he want God's presence within your thoughts and your mind? Why would he want God's presence guarding your heart, guiding your heart, freeing your heart? Why would he want God's presence when the heat is on? Why would he want that? Because he understands what we fail to. Because those who seek the Lord understand everything. And when I understand everything, he can't do anything. See, this understanding is not figuring out why I'm going through it. This understanding is coming to the place to recognize I just need his presence. So it don't matter what I'm facing, what I'm going through. If he be with me, then who can be against me? If he be for me, then nothing else can stand against me. It's seeking him and getting that understanding. But if you just looking, you won't understand anything. You won't understand, and you'll be moved by anything. You won't understand everything, but you'll be moved by anything because you've left the door open. I want to put that on our mind this morning because Whatever you facing, what are you seeking? And I'm not talking, look, I'm not talking about looking. I'm talking about seeking. I'm talking about when I was in the house looking for that toy, looking for whatever I was looking for. When I was in the house, man, I was turning that house upside down until I found it. Everything stopped for me. And that became the center of my focus. I didn't care what anybody else was saying. I didn't care what was on TV. I didn't care. Man, that became the center of my focus because of my connection to that. And that's what God is saying. Because of our connection to Him, how is He not the center of our focus? How is He not the center of our attention? Now, I don't care what's going on. No, God, you are my focus. Lord, I'm seeking after you. Lord, I'm with, man, Lord, I'm standing firm on this thing. I'm 10 toes down. Man, look, I know what they saying. I know what all them people talking about, but God, man, I'm on you. I'm on you. Because I'm not going to allow distractions to have me just looking. No, I'm seeking. And when I seek, it overpowers distractions. I'm just saying, this morning, are you seeking or are you looking? In 1 Samuel chapter 1, Hannah, everything she was going through, she was barren. She had disgrace. Everything she was going through, and people were ridiculing her. The Bible said in the midst of all of that, she found herself in a temple. She went and prayed and cried out to God. In the midst of everything, she said, no, no, no. I got to seek. And she didn't let anything stop her from getting there. She didn't let anything stop her from seeking the Lord. Because looking won't do it. But seeking, the Bible says, you understand everything. And after she got up out of that place in the presence of the Lord, the Bible said her countenance rose. Why? Because she wasn't just looking. She was seeking. This morning I asked you this question. Are you just looking? Or are you seeking? Are you seeking? You're looking for peace. But are you seeking Him? Because I could be looking for peace, yet never find it. Because I'm not seeking. I could be looking for joy, but never find it because I'm not seeking. Because joy is in a person, not a thing. So the question I leave us for this morning medicine, as we face our day, as the things you've been facing and the things we're going to face, the question is not about understanding of that thing. No, no, no. The question is, am I looking or am I seeking? Because in seeking, I understand everything. But if I'm just looking, I understand nothing. Somebody better hear me this morning. Y'all see my twang in there. Are you seeking or are you looking? God bless you all.